You know the phrase, you made your bed, now lay in it. I always felt like it was like, it's your responsibility to get yourself out of this mess, and I'm not going to help you, and like, you were an idiot, so now you have to figure it out. But I'm learning to have more compassion for the phrase, because you made your bed, now lay in it is a phrase that feels really real to me right now. And it feels like I want to lay in my bed, that I made. Like I do, I enjoy that, but it's like I got new pillows and I got a new set of sheets, and they don't sit quite the same. And so now, as I'm laying in my bed, I'm not comfortable in it. I'm realizing I got new stuff because the stuff that I had before was, it wasn't bad, but had a bunch of holes in it, and the pillows were deflated, or maybe I had some mites or something in there, Now I'm laying in this new bed, and I'm like, I don't know how to lay in this bed that I've made. I made the bed, but I forgot a piece, or I didn't even know that this piece was needed when I made it. So now I'm laying on a pillow that it has beaded pillowcase, and it pinches my face when I try and lay down or something. And I have so much more compassion for the phrase now, because you made your bed, now lay in it. It's so true. You made your bed, so lay in it, and as you're still learning how to lay in it, it's okay. I think that the phrase is incomplete. You made your bed, now lay in it, and it's gonna be uncomfortable until you learn. And that's not freaking easy. It's not easy to lay in a bed that you've made that you didn't know you needed more pieces than you had. And if you're there, just lay in it for a minute, because the ability for you to figure out what you need becomes very apparent. And it's great because it is the paving blocks to create exactly what I need and want in the big picture of things. But I'm sitting in the contrast right now saying I don't have the things that I need, and I didn't know I needed this, and now I need it. And it's really easy to theoretically think about that when you're in the process of creation, understanding that contrast is what allows you to create what you want. But now I'm like, oh, I get it. I get what contrast's purpose is. I totally understand that I didn't even know what I needed until I knew that I needed it. And it's liberating in a sense, but it's also exhausting, because you have to simultaneously be willing to let go of that which you don't need and thought that you would. Be open to the fact that you need something different than you thought you would in the contrast as it's showing you. And then be a vessel to create the thing that you do, while breathing through the contrast of the dichotomy that is this wonderful life. And that is the beauty of creation. And I'm so grateful to Abraham Hicks for painting out that portrait, because it helps me frame my mindset around this transition and learning how to live in this way. Because if I didn't have it, I would have said that I made the wrong choice. But now I'm able to look at it and say, I'm learning what I need. And being able to rephrase that is a blessing bigger than I knew I would ever have. So that's what I needed today, was the ability to understand the beauty of the contrast that I'm in right now. I'm going to keep letting go of what I don't need to the best of my ability. And I'm going to create what I need. and that's scary. So there. All right. I'm taking a little lunch break from deconstructing the garden at the old house, and I wanted to talk to you while I winnow some lemon balm seeds that I saved while I was clearing everything out because I have a problem. We've been trying to get out of this house here for a long time. Like, the fact that we're not out yet is like almost embarrassing, and we don't like telling people that we're not out yet because we can't believe it. And we've run into so many unanticipated obstacles to make getting out of this place a reality, and I didn't really get it until I started deconstructing the garden. Because as usual, when I need a lesson learned, when I need to be able to see the bigger picture, the garden is what allows me to see it. And I was just so frustrated before. It was like, how do you do all of this? How do you build a homestead from the ground up and get ready for winter and work a full-time job and like move, and how does this, and then try and manage the budget enough to like have all these moving pieces, and then throw in fixing 3 cars. Like, I didn't get it. I didn't understand what was happening. And when there's so many obstacles, I know that it's an energetic block, and I know that it's something that needs to be addressed and released. And I was like, I don't know. But I've been deconstructing the small garden here that we had. And I had not said goodbye to this place. And I'm not done with it yet, but there's been so much coming up for me of just like breaking down a pot and then breaking my own heart, of being able to say thank you for what I was able to receive here, and also be able to be okay with who I am becoming as this change is taking place, because I'm not even close to understanding the direction completely of where this next homestead's gonna go. But when you have a full plate, it's really hard to start writing the next chapter. And when you have so much of the process still right in front of you that you haven't put behind you, you can't keep walking forward. So this has been just a blessing to, be here, keep working on getting moving out, even though none of our trucks are working, and just committing to that, to closing a chapter, I think is, I didn't know I wasn't ready for it until I started doing it. And then I was like, oh, I wasn't ready to close this chapter yet. And I have to choose to close the chapter. I'm closing this chapter. And I'm so grateful. This garden has taught me more than a lot of things that I have undertaken in life. I've learned how to be resourceful with what the earth offers and what the universe offers. I've learned how to build relationships with humans, plants, spirits. I've learned how to read energy in new ways. I've learned how to work hard and choose to show up. And I've learned how to rest. at the same time. I've learned that abundance comes in so many forms. I think the most important thing that I've learned from this lesson and from this garden is that the earth always, it's one of those few moments where I don't know the exception to the idea where the earth, Mama gives you more than you give. It's just, she just gives and gives and gives, and it's just because that's Mama. Mama is a giver, and it's been a break. It's been a whole year break from a garden, and breaking this down is reigniting my love for re-interacting with the earth and reestablishing my dharma back into forming a deep relationship with the plants and creating from that space of giving and loving fully. So I'm grateful that you're here to hear me ramble about the undergoings of transition and change. I know that the world is changing right now, and this is a very small microcosm of a bigger macrocosm of change that is happening on this planet at a wonderfully divine timing. So whatever change you're going through right now, if it's just like seeing the societal structures break down all around you, or if it's, I don't know, moving, or if it's ending a relationship, or if it's starting a new job, or if it's whatever the big changes, maybe reconnecting with someone, maybe it's having a baby, maybe it's, I don't know, all kinds of things in this wonderful world. Whatever change you are experiencing on the microcosm of this divine change that is happening on planet Earth right now, I'm proud of you for letting go of what you need to let go of. I'm proud of you for trying to show up to the best of your ability for what's next. Because we can't do this without each other. And we can choose to be givers and lovers and replicate what we get to receive from Mama. Or we can choose to be hoarders and in the end still lose. So show up with me. Let's change together. Let's allow our microcosms of change to develop into this wonderful macrocosm of divine change at a collective level. And let's just see what happens. I'm looking forward to it.